And just minutes after that little girl was shot, Chicago's police superintendent stepped up to the mic for a news conference to talk about the city's drop in violence.
But CBS 2 investigator Megan Hickey is digging deeper into the police department's crime stats. Megan, you found some of the numbers can be misleading.
Right, Brad and Erica, June of 2021 was statistically better than June of 2020, but criminology experts argue that using that violent pandemic year as a benchmark misses the overall picture. It's true. June 2021 saw a double-digit decrease in murders compared to June 2020, marking the third month in a row that Chicago saw a decline.
It is a comparison point. But it's not a high bar.
But Northwestern University professor Wesley Skogan, who studies crime policy and policing, says violent crime levels are still bad.
The concern on my part is that 2020 is a terrible benchmark. It tied for the third highest spike in the homicide rate in Chicago's modern history.
Professor Dave Olson of Loyola's Department of Criminal Justice and Criminology
2020 was an anomaly.
Agrees that we need to look at the bigger picture.
In 2021, while it seems to be a slight improvement, still is at a relatively high rate when you compare it to just a couple of years ago in 2019.
Take a look. This year's year-to-date shootings and murders when compared to just before the pandemic in 2018 and 2019 are still significantly higher. Today, Superintendent David Brown acknowledged that.
No one's here bragging, boasting, or satisfied for that matter. Would love to be back on the momentum of 2019's decline, grinding our way with progress.
As for the 4th of July weekend, officers are moving to 12-hour shifts starting at 6 a.m. tomorrow. All days off Friday through Monday are canceled, and the detective division will overlap with patrol areas.
They'll have additional personnel on the ground to be able to deal with any internal issues at the district level.
Olson and Skogan see the benefits of officer saturation, but note that the effects aren't always long-lasting.
We're also in 2021, this year, talking about the potential for saturation by street outreach workers and other kinds of crime prevention personnel.
Hopefully their efforts do suppress the violence, but at some point they've got to reduce their overtime. They've got to let police officers take time off.
Now, Superintendent Brown said they've been trying to give as much advance notice as possible when it comes to canceling those days off. He also said that their use of overtime so far this year is down about 30%. Brad?
Yeah, but compared to last year when it was way up, another long weekend for an already exhausted force. Megan, the full city council has a special meeting tomorrow. A group of aldermen want to grill the superintendent about his plan. The question is, will he reveal anything more to them?
Right, Brad, and he really dodged questions about that today. When asked if he would answer questions posed by the alderman, all he would say was that he will be there.
CBS 2 investigator Megan Hickey. Thank you, Megan. According to the mayor, Superintendent Brown will answer questions at that emergency city council meeting tomorrow. But today, Mayor Lori Lightfoot said the special meeting amounts to nothing more than political theater.
Do I think this is about public safety? No, I do not. Are we going to be there to answer questions so residents are assured? Absolutely we will. But let's face the facts here. This is political shenanigans.
Of course, we'll be following that emergency public safety meeting. Get the CBS Chicago app for all the latest developments.